अरे फूल लगा बेटा तो शायद आगे 10 दिन हो गए फूल लगा
बड़े विराट semangat sih saya Andi ke sini semangat sih ada di tour
plastic dustbin ফেলবি
না
বুঝতে পারলো যে প্রজেক্টগুলো হয়েছে না ওগুলো এখানে ভালো থাকে এখানে দোকান দিচ্ছে একই কাজ করবে পেছন দিকে ভালো দেখাবে
But a few never make it. The largest river flowing inland can be found in southern Africa. Described as the river which never finds the sea, the Okavango originates in the highlands of Angola, flows through Namibia, and eventually spills into one of the most arid places on earth, the Kalahari Desert, in the northwestern part of Botswana. The delta, created by the floodwaters of the Okavango, is so large it can be spotted from deep space, like a giant hand bringing relief to this desolate region. Little known to the outside world until a few decades ago, this secluded 20,000 square kilometer maze of lagoons, channels, and islands form one of the most beautiful and pristine wildlife reserves on Earth. We are about to travel down the Okavango with zoologist Liesl Eichenberger. For over 10 years, Liesl has been involved with conservation programs in South Africa. She always wanted to explore the Okavango, so she could not pass up the invitation to spend several weeks at a film camp in the heart of the Delta.
I'm on my way to meet Tim Levicic. He's a world-renowned wildlife filmmaker, and I'm really excited. I'm going to be seeing the Delta through the eyes of an expert.
Over the years, Liesl had many opportunities to study elephant behavior in the savannah and hopes to be able to observe them at close range in the Delta.
The papyrus is actually quite sharp, so please keep your hands in the boat at all times. If you grab onto it, it will easily slice your hand open. The other thing with these channels is you just never know if there's going to be an elephant or a hippo in front of you. Let's hope we don't bump into one.
At the end of a long day navigating her boat down the Delta, Liesl finally arrives at the filming camp where Tim and his wife June, a professional wildlife photographer, await her. At the young age of 20, Tim was hired to participate in a survey of the Delta. He fell in love with the place, and ever since, he has played a major role in protecting this corner of paradise against the ills of the modern world. The seasonal flooding begins in midsummer in the north and ends about 6 months later in the south. On average, the Okavango spills 11 billion cubic meters of water annually in the Kalahari Desert, enough to fill 4.5 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. But 98% of the water actually evaporates in the heat of the southern African sun. 20 years ago, Tim's passionately held conviction that the long-term protection of wildlife habitats would require the support of the international community prompted him to interrupt his career as a game warden to become a wildlife filmmaker and share his deep knowledge of the place with worldwide audiences. People will not care about a place they don't know. Tim believes his films could make a difference. The Okavango Delta has one of the highest concentrations of elephant herds in the whole of Africa. From the air, you can clearly see the tracks they leave underwater as they crisscross the floodplains.
Most of these channels in the delta are created and maintained by the large animals like the elephant and the hippo. Hippos walk on the bottom of the riverbed and so create these pathways, leading from one island to the next where they feed.
The crystal clear waters of the delta look really inviting, and you'd think there'll be a paradise for diving. But in fact, there are dangers. And while crocodiles are to go for divers, it's the hippos that are really a problem. In fact, I think I would prefer in many ways to face a white shark underwater than a hippo.
Oh look, it's a crocodile. The crocodiles in the floodplain tend to be much larger than those in the panhandle.
It is almost impossible to film hippos underwater in the Delta. Often they will vanish before you get near them, but if you do get close, you could be in great danger. Several attempts in recent years have resulted in serious accidents, some of them fatal. Not wanting to lose a filming opportunity while searching for a herd of elephants, Tim has dipped his camera into the water to capture some rather surreal footage. The Makoro, a canoe carved out of a single tree trunk, is the traditional mode. Areas accessible by boat today contrived in a few days' time. Rising waters can turn large areas into swamps overnight. Shallow streams morph into major rivers. Over the years, Tim has re-engineered his filming vehicles to perform even in the most extreme conditions. In the early 1990s, legendary elephant specialist Randall Moore embarked on an ambitious project of returning captive African elephants back to the wild. Over the years, a number of elephants have been released and are now thriving in the Delta.
Now remember, amongst this herd are rehabilitated elephants, so they are used to people. And perhaps that's why they're not worrying and they're actually coming this close. Elephants love the water, and you can see they're just grazing along the bank. Watch how he just pulls those leaves off of the branch there. Remember, a big bull like this is going to eat over 200 kilograms of food a day. So they walk around a lot for food. Okay, he's getting close. Now remember, even though they are rehabilitated, we still have to be careful. And any quick move might actually scare them.
কায়দা করছো ওই কায়দা করছো হ্যাঁ কি মনে হচ্ছে বিরক্ত লাগে এরকমই তো ভালো লাগে